Two feuding families, and I have stuck my foot in the door to this mess to side with one of them. Well, it's the coin, you see. We definitely need coin. We are running a ship with a hungry crew who also gets paid, so yes, despite part of me saying that this is a mistake, I will get involved. Perhaps nothing much will come from this, or perhaps the Vailian Trading Company will end up refusing to offer me any work or to provide me with any services because of it. I hope it doesn't come to that, I really do. Without them, all we have are the Juana and the Principi San Petrena. We will need allies out here who aren't tribals or cutthroats. At least the Vailian Trading Company provides some semblance of a home to me, even though they are not the home I called my home. But without them, this place would be like living among the Ir Glanfath, the primitive people who guarded the ancient Ingwithan ruins back home in the Deerwood. But I suppose I will need all three of these powers on my side. I wouldn't want to alienate any of them. I am not here to make grand changes to the Deadfire. I am here to find out what Aethys is doing and why, and that is it. All other considerations are secondary to this. So that means not ticking off any of these three powers, so we are able to go and do what we came to do. As for the Naga and the Wahaki tribe, if they get in the way, then I won't hesitate to kill them. We went back into the Vailian Trading Company headquarters, trying to find the governor. Door was locked on the main floor. Nothing here that we found very interesting. That is right actually where we came up through the sewer system, though. And this place was heavily guarded. We were told that the governor was on the first floor, though. Met a secretary, the right hand of actually the Governor Alveri. She's a woman. Governor Alveri is a woman. Got to know a little bit about the Vailian Trading Company through this person, Oleska Sarasso. Just more trying to find out what the Vailian Trading Company is up to. They're actually losing a lot of profits lately. Found a few things on this balcony. All in all, probably a waste of time even coming in here. So, got it into my head that maybe we should leave the city. Go see the island that Neketaka is part of. But this person, Calais, talked to me about the Rawutai Royal Deadfire Company and said that I would be welcome among them. Probably because I helped the Juana out in the front, who was having a land dispute problem between his tribe and the Vailian Trading Company. Looking for work that is to be done on the island, but none was on this island itself. Went and searched through some ancient Juana ruins. Well, I don't know how ancient it is, but old. Found a few items. Just some things to sell. Got a bad feeling from this place, so we left. Picked up some rum, some water. Found some kind of shrine that I went and meditated at. And after this, we went and found some marauders that were camped out, and we got into a fight with them. The fight was over quickly, and despite Shoti taking a fall, we actually did alright for ourselves here. With Adair holding back, the leader of the group and his companion, the rest of us swung around and dealt with the others. Adair is very, very powerful in holding off attackers with his shield. I'm glad he's part of a group. We picked up a lot of loot from this fight, actually. Distributed what we could amongst our members, but really wasn't that much, not worth that much that we picked up, but it all helps in the end. So, having seen everything in Queen's Birth, decided to go to Periki's Overlook. Not that I know what's where or anything. All I know is the Queen Anakaza II is supposedly at the top of the mountain. Serpent's Crown, I suppose. So we came kind of late at night, late in the evening. Just exploring. No real... Well, the aim is to look for work and more coin. Really. So we went into a place called the Dark Cupboard, which was a place for sorcerers. And it turned out that this woman, Facina, who is the apprentice of a powerful mage who owns this place and a great big mansion next to it where he normally lives, her boyfriend took an item, a valuable item, and ran off with it. And she will be in a lot of trouble if she doesn't get it returned. So Arkemir is the owner. He's the wizard. And it turns out he was away. For how long? I don't know. No idea. Maybe he'll never come back. So I agreed to actually help Facina. Work is work, and she said she'd give me a discount if I help her. Now it's an interesting place, this shop, wizard shop. There's constructs and imps wandering around. The constructs obviously watch out for people who are stealing. And the imps actually broadcast prices and things like that. And we met this little puppet that gives... well, he used to be a live human, I believe. It was a human. Maybe it was Juana. But now he's just animated as a puppet who gives out fortune-telling for a coin. He did say I would help a widow or a married woman find her wedding ring, but be careful with the payment because there's a scorpion hidden in there, which really didn't make much sense. And I asked if there was another prophecy he can give me, and it was just seemed like nonsense. My true love will be outside if I sleep for 4 nights at some inn. And, but I better hurry up, otherwise some bard will steal her. So the imp. Talked to the imp for a little while. Said that obviously the imp was not happy about being here. Imp was not happy about the apprentice, who was supposed to be running the shop, taking off so much. I guess because she wanted to be with her boyfriend. We went and investigated. So there's a window upstairs. That's obviously where she stays. And perhaps that leads into Arkemir's mansion next door. But we have no reason to do anything there at the moment. Just looking at one of the letters remind me of something we need to do. It's on an island. I think it's to the south, Southern Deadfire. Yeah, it's from the worshippers of one of the gods that represents cold and ice. Finding everything very expensive here, actually. But we found a smith who actually makes fine armor and weapons, shields. So I asked her to show me her wares. I found a fine sword, which I took as my own. It's almost 1,000 copper. Sold off any excess items we don't need. Then we went to the Luminous Bathhouse. Nice place. There's Luminous Audra in there, supposedly heals the body up. Plus there's a lot of nude people. Gawking at some of the nice women in there. Actually made the trip inside worth it. But this older woman, Udine, an older elven woman, she's a few hundred years old. She comes there, she swears because it helps her body. She was in a lot of war in her younger years as a soldier. She said she took 18 arrows and half as many stabbings in her time. Where alcohol and Sveth failed, she says the luminous Audra, this bathhouse, helps her body cope with the pain. Very difficult to understand woman. She spoke like Isilmir out of Eloth. Adair says we should get an aquarium like that in the wall for our ship. And then we met a man here who was talking about, I guess, selling bodies for pleasure here. I called him out on it because he was trying to be subtle, but he wasn't. We met the bathhouse steward, telling us it's 1,000 copper to be able to go into the water. It's a lot of money. Met the owner, Ganor. You can rest. We could rest here actually for the night, I believe. Helps rejuvenate the bodies. Found an imp on the corner for the dark cupboard. Found a clothes maker. Raiment. Something like Raiments, the store was named. He just makes clothes. We weren't too interested in that. It's a clock right here. Run by water at the top. Then we met two Rautai. One is a Huana. It's the race. These are two different cultures. The blue one works for the Rautai Royal Deadfire Company, which is actually a fourth power here, which I didn't make note of earlier. And they want an artifact that's actually a Huana artifact, cultural artifact, inside Archimir's mansion. This is right next to us right here. And since he's away, and these two are feuding about who has the rights to it. But I actually think I should help the Huana here, even though I was speaking to the blue Rawatai, who works for the Royal Deadfire Company. But I was getting information on what's going on. So I made my decision. I think I'll help the Huana here, if I can. She said that there's a lot of imps and constructs inside there. So it sounds to me like if I get inside there to find this artifact, there's going to be a lot of fighting. Then I bought some, what was it, rum? Grog. Grog for the crew. And some water. Which means that we're going to have to keep exploring. Okay, so we just went and bought some liquids from her.
I'll get it open.
I don't think I can unlock this.
I'll get it
Not
open.
from the front, at least, anyways. Juana all over the place. You're sweeping grass. That's the first time I've ever seen anybody do that.
The sea is true home, not smelly mountain.
An engraving at the base of the statue reads, Periki, first guild master of the Watershippers Guild. She looks downcast and introspective. Oh, look at... Yeah, we're getting up quite high now. Hello, the Watershippers Guild is responsible for the most beautiful works around Neketaka. Interesting.
I've got it.
Berries. Well, let's gather them up. Nobody seems to care. What's up here? Water Shapers Guild. I was actually interested in finding that Juana, but I don't know where she went to. Well, we're here at the Water Shapers Guild. Let's just go investigate, because that's basically what we're doing, is exploring the city. Very interesting, water is flowing like that around the front of the building.
Takehu, you have shirked your duties for the last time, I say.
A guildmaster in fine robes stares down the sizable blue-skinned Amoa before her. Students observe the exchange in a loose circle, exchanging whispers. No, sorry, the race is called Amoa.
Guildmaster, be reasonable.
He tosses his anemone-like hair, which glows faintly as each bulbous strand settles in place.
I skipped one lecture to travel up the mountain. Still, the palace is closed until you present me before Onikaza.
He crosses his arms and raises one eyebrow. The murmurs of the crowd grow in volume.
You went alone. I asked for patience, but as usual, you make a trench out of a tide pool.
She pacifies her tone, suddenly conscious of the onlookers. Say nothing.
My patience wears thin, old shark. You have stifled me enough for one trip through Rakuhu's bowels.
In spite of their obvious age difference, Takehu raises an instructive finger to the guildmaster. She flares her nostrils and takes a deep breath. Rihuku. Many Huana worship Barath as Rikuhu, the twin eel god that represents the cyclic connection between otherworld and underworld, life and death.
I say Ngati weeps at her petulant spectacle of a child.
He's the child of Nagati, Andra, goddess of the sea.
Ikera. The significance is clearer to some than others.
He waves towards the guildmaster with the back of his hand.
For a water shaper who treasures his duty to the goddess, you spend too many days cavorting at the brothel.
The guildmaster sidesteps Takehu and takes long strides away from the circle. Sparing another glance at Takehu, the crowd disperses.
Ugh, insufferable.
Takehu sighs and smooths back his hair. He turns his attention to me with a raised brow.
Did you need something? Or is it enough to bask in perfection?
Okay, Takehu grins and opens a palm, inviting me to speak. Have you got something to tell the crown?
Ikera, I sent the prince a missive and heard nothing back.
Takehu crosses his arms and sighs.
He is a busy warrior in a time of peace, I say.
We could go talk to him together, then. Being a watcher tends to open doors.
A watcher? And here I am, used to being the freak of Periki's Overlook.
He rests a hand on his hip and grins.
What does a watcher do?
I do many things. I'm the Herald of Barath, for now at least.
Ikera, just so.
He strokes his chin, nodding. He's doing interesting things with the water there.
I say I am no sailor, and I know even less about death. I am an artist.
He stirs his fingers through the air, drawing together droplets of moisture into an orb of water that floats over his palm.
My peers do not understand. Water shaping to them is like studying calligraphy. To brew ink and sort parchment.
He lets the orb fall to the ground and splash at his feet. Well, I'm curious to see what you can do.
The tide brings unexpected gifts. You are not unknown to me, I say. Whispers of an Adra Colossus reach my ears.
Do they?
And louder whispers of a corpse who follows him.
Takehu raises one of his brows.
What will you do when you catch up to this walking god?
Offer a few compliments, buy him a drink, see where it goes from there.
Ha! For me, there is not enough rum in the dead fire to even consider it. If it untangles me from the guild's apron strings, then you can mount me as the figurehead of your fair ship.
Takehu inclines his head and touches the circular marking on his brow.
Our quarters may smell of fish before long, but your crew will be more beautiful by association, I say.
He winks. Aloth massages his temples, shaking his head.
Fish milk would be an improvement. Glad to have you.
Okay. So we brought on somebody else to the crew?
Lead on. It will be good to put some distance between myself and the guild, even if we find less savory places along the way. A fair warning, Captain. Ngati gifted her favorite son with more than his stunning complexion.
Takehu tosses his hair and sighs contentedly. What, can you breathe underwater?
Good guess. Only for as long as, well...
Takehu folds his arms and considers.
I say you will learn. In time.
He winks, his eyes suddenly as dark as beads of polished onyx. Okay. A druid. He's a druid.
On it.
Her eyes well with tears as constant rain. Pitied is Nagati, Lady of Lamet, as the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her views, her eyes as well with tears as constant rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace. The lover's affection is ephemeral as fingers touching. Very interesting place. Hello? A young Juana holds out his hand as if to catch an incoming missile. He winces in concentration as an orb of water rises and floats midair. Sweat drips down his nose. He flinches, and in that instant, the water loses all shape and splashes on the floor. Crestfallen, he sighs and drops his stance.
Did you need something?
He nods to me and shakes out his arms, readying himself for another try. You seem to be having trouble.
I can feel the connection to Andra just like Myru taught me. But there's something missing. Maybe it's my form.
He frowns to himself. Sorry, I have no idea.
That's okay. Persistence is everything, right?
He shrugs. Farewell. Water Shapers Guild. This is the guildmaster we just heard arguing with the one who just joined our crew.
You have questions for me. Speak up, I say.
Guildmaster Myru folds her arms and nods. Tell me about the guild.
Ikira, my pleasure. Water shaping is a talent bestowed on the Juana by the goddess Ngati. Periki was the first in recent memory to organize the talent into a series of teachable forms. What else would you like to know?
Where do the Water Shapers get their power?
Our art is the yield of the Juana's ancient covenant with the goddess. Our ancestors pledged to protect the luminous Adra, the islands, and the tribes. Ngati gifted us with the strength to keep our promise.
What do Water Shapers do exactly?
We control tides, prevent storm damage, and keep unwelcome ships at bay.
Ah, yes, you guys were plying your trade when we first got to Port Magi.
Lately, we have experienced an artistic revival of sorts, thanks to our star pupil, Takehu.
Yeah, Takehu.
We represent the best of Juana achievement, no small responsibility.
Back to my other questions.
Akira, speak freely.
Farewell. So they're more like artists, but they can keep storms away to help towns and ships. Actually, that could be very helpful at sea. What is this? This ornate basin makes a high-pitched ringing sound when pressure is applied around the outer rim. Ruins. So-called there's ruins down this way. This brings back memories. I don't know if there's any point in us coming down here, but we might as well explore.
Ain't city's got regulations against this sort of place? No?
Don't know. Obsidian flake? We might as well see what
see this.
we can find. Good eye there, Eloth. Agate. Is this door? The stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out among the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, I find no evident means of opening the way. Faded inscription is nestled among the elaborate stone carvings. Read the inscription. Juana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Periki, master of the guild. Well, we could try to push against the door. I don't think it's going to do anything. The door stands resolutely shut. No amount of brute pressure will influence that one way or another. Okay. Maybe we need to bring Takehu with us. Oh, there's someone down here. Hello? My focus has been off lately. Our guildmaster traces her heritage back to the first water shapers.
That's unusual.
Trap there. Hello?
What say, friend? The guild sanctum has seen better days.
The young water shaper leans on his broom and smiles at me. What do you do here?
Simply a caretaker. I dust off Periki's tomb and try to keep the place tidy.
I see.
Caring for the guild hall usually means drying off what others get wet in practice.
Akenu shakes his head with a weary smile. What's behind that stone door by the staircase?
A sanctum for master water shapers, I say. No students or outsiders allowed. I have never been there myself. Myru assures me the room has no need of cleaning.
He shrugs, smiling. Are you a water shaper?
Akira. One of middling skill, if I am generous. Not all of us can boast of Takehu's talent. But Nagati touches us differently, I say. The guild didn't used to allow outsiders the freedom of our halls. Akira. But how times change.
Farewell. They seem a little bit extensive down here. We can go and look around. I don't think any harm will come of it.